Welcome to our presentation on Plato Soldering Tips and Tools. My name is Kevin Pulaski, Senior Product Manager at Techspray, and I'll guide you through all these exciting products. Now, the first thing you need to know is Plato is well known to be the one source for all soldering and desoldering tips. We make soldering tips for all the most popular soldering stations, including Hakko, Pace, and Weller, and many more, including robotic and custom applications. So let's go through the mechanics of how a soldering iron tip works. The job of the soldering iron is to take heat from the heating element to the very tip to the work as precisely and as efficiently as possible. To do that takes sophisticated plating technology. You start with a shaped piece of copper, you plate it with iron, and then further plate it with chrome. Plato soldering tips are tinned in lead-free solder to prevent oxidation. So think of a soldering tip like an aftermarket sound system. You buy a sound system not because it's cheap, because it's easy. You buy it because it works better. It sounds better than what originally comes in the automobile. So similar to that, you buy a Plato tip, it's going to help the soldering station work better with faster heat throughput, taking heat from one end to the other as precisely, as efficiently as possible, and you're going to get better tip life. Okay, so the station's going to work better. Techspray tries to make it really easy to locate the correct Plato tip for your particular soldering station. First thing you can do is go to a catalog. In the Plato catalog, there's a cross-reference guide, and it lists each soldering station, and the equipment manufacturer's part number is listed first. You locate that, then you walk it across to the Plato part number. Now, this part number is equivalent to the original equipment manufacturer's number and compatible with that station. And if you take it all the way across to the right, you'll see the page number in the catalog. Now, of course, catalogs are old school. We have a great reference guide online. So first, go to www.techspray.com, go to Resources, Cross-References, and then you can filter by the equipment manufacturer. So I'm going down to Weller, hit Go, and then you'll see a list of Weller part numbers starting with their part number, our cross, and then you can click on the icon to get the spec sheet. You can open this or you can send it. You can even save it to your hard drive. And here you see the data sheet. You can scroll down and actually see what the tip is going to look like, the actual dimensions, and you can send this on. Now, Techspray offers a full line of Plato shear lead cutters. Now, these are what I would consider disposable tools. This is as opposed to a forge cutter that can run you $50, $80. Those are great. People love them, but a lot of times you have to worry about them walking, or someone may try to pry open a paint can, for example, and damage the tool. So instead of sharpening a Plato tool, you toss them and buy another. So you don't have to worry about the theft cost, the damage you might get. Now, just because they're economical doesn't mean you don't get an advanced feature set. For example, a low tip profile will fit into tight spaces in a circuit board. A positive stop spring back action, so when you clip, it springs right back for a real ergonomic function. It's got a real comfortable grip, and it uses the shear cutting principle. That means instead of the blades butting up against each other, if you see this diagram, they just miss each other, and that gives you 50% less effort to cut something, less stress on the component, less stress on your hands, and the blades stay sharper. Now, we also offer a premium set of Plato shears called the LX series. Now, these are a comfortable ergonomic design to reduce stress and strain on the operator. They're an ESD handle, so that's usually a high-end feature set. We're offering this for a very economical price. And it still has the responsive spring-back action to increase productivity and a thin profile to access hard-to-reach areas like the other cutters. So now let's walk through the Plato shear product line. We'll start with the more economical series, the 170, our most popular shear cutter by far, and then the 175, very similar to that except it has a lead catcher. Now what this does is it grabs the leads instead of flicking it across the room, allowing you to dispose of it in a controlled fashion. This is similar to in an operating room. A surgeon counts the sponges so he doesn't leave it in your body. You certainly don't want to leave conductive leads inside an electronic device. It also prevents the danger of flicking leads across the room, causing eye injury potentially. Okay, so then we have our ESD safe ergonomic cutter, the LX series 170LX. Similar design as the 170, except with the premium handles, and the 175LX with the lead catcher. Then we have our heavy-duty cutter, the 1755. This is for heavy gauge wire. So let me wrap this up for you. Plato tips are available for the most popular soldering stations, including Hakko, Weller, Pace, and many others. Plato tips help soldering stations perform better with faster heat throughput and longer tip life. We have easy tip lookup in our catalog and online, and Plato shear cutters have high-end features and a disposable cutter. So thanks for joining me, and please let us know if you have any questions.